Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Victoria and this is Diary of Potential Somebody, episode 2, reasons why I'm still single. So before I dive into the actual subject of this video, I just want to say thank you to the 200 or so people who have seen my first video. I realized 200 views isn't a lot of views, in comparison to people who get like thousands and millions of views, but starting from the bottom. So just want to say thanks to all the people who have actually seen my first video. And if you haven't seen my first video, I'll put one of those link things somewhere around in the frame for y'all to click on if you want to check it out. So I think it's been probably like 2 months since I posted my first video, 20 years old and I've never been kissed. Quick progress report on that, still haven't been kissed. That's about it. But yeah. So I mentioned in that first video that I was going to do reasons why I'm still single video, which is what I'm doing here today. And these are just some of my theories as to why I think I'm still single. So I sat down and I actually made a list of, why I think I'm still single, and I actually came up with a really, really long list. It's pretty lengthy, but I'm not going to bore you with all the reasons. I'm just going to name off my top 7. And yeah, reason number 1 as to why I'm still single is I am really, really shy. It's really bad sometimes. I think I've improved a lot in recent years, like especially coming to college and everything. You kind of have to engage with other people. But like way back in the day, I was a mess. I couldn't, I don't even like to think about it. It was just so bad. I'm still really, really, really shy, but like I said, it's gotten better. Just because out of necessity, you have to be able to work with people in college, in professional settings, in the classroom and things like that. I'm not really good with confrontation or, small talk. So when I do go out with friends, I just kind of awkwardly stand there on the side and somebody will approach me, which is, I really, really appreciate it because I can't approach anybody. And they'll start talking to me and I talk to them, but I'm so bad at keeping conversation and it just kind of never goes anywhere. So that's one issue. So reason number 2 as to why I'm still single, I'm intimidating, apparently. Or so I've been told on a couple of occasions. I don't really know what it means. I kind of have an idea about it. I've talked to my best friend from back home about this, and she told me her reasoning about it. And what had happened was, in high school, I had this really, really big crush on this one guy, and he actually had a crush on me too. So it's like a mutual attraction, but nothing ever came of it. And my best friend was actually cousins with that guy, and according to her, he told her that he found me intimidating, and that's why nothing ever came of, our mutual crushes on each other. Didn't really know what to make of it back then. Still don't really know what to make of it, but, according to my best friend, apparently I give off this I think I'm better than you vibe, which I don't see. As my best friend, she knows the type of person I am and like who I am as a person. I'm really a nice person, but I'm just really, really shy. So this kind of ties in with reason number 1. Because I'm really, really shy, I guess I kind of put up a barrier or something, kind of give up a standoffish vibe. But I promise I'm actually a really, really nice person. I do want to be able to socialize and make friends and get to know people. It's just really, really hard for me. So there's that. Okay, reason number 3. I'm super, super loyal to my crushes, which sounds kind of confusing, but let me explain myself. So the way it happens for me is I'll see a guy and I think he's really, really cute, and he might be in my classroom, or maybe I become friends with him or something, and I really get to know him and I develop, a crush on them. And what happens is I get kind of hung up on that one guy that I'm kind of blind to my other options all around me. So I dedicate all my attention to that one crush, and as a result I can't see, you know, the other fish in the sea. I get stuck on this one guy, and that's it for me. And it takes me a really, really long time to get over them. I usually get over them once I realize that, you know, one, nothing's ever going to happen between us because it's just not meant to be, or two, they have, you know, a significant other, girlfriend, or somebody that's getting in the way, that they're not gonna, you know, break up with them just because I'm there, because that's ridiculous. That's a lot of, I mean, I guess that's a lot to expect from somebody. But yeah, that's that reason. I'm really loyal to my crushes, so yeah. Reason number 4, when it comes to like emotions and things, I'm really reserved about those things. It's really hard for me to open up with anybody, even my family and my closest friends. I can't just tell them, you know, if something's bugging me. It's really hard for me to tell them, like, this is bugging me, or I feel like this way or that way. And, you know, if I can't even do that, I can't go up to a stranger and tell them, like, hey, I think you're really cute and I really like you and I would really love to go out with you. Like, that's really hard for me. Even with my closest girlfriends, you know, if I get a crush on somebody, I can't even tell them, like, I really, really like this person, because I guess in the back of my mind, I'm kind of scared that they're going to judge me. Like, what if they don't think he's a cool guy or something like that? So it's really hard for me to open up and be vulnerable. You know, and because I'm so, you know, scared of telling people how I feel, I guess it kind of ties in with reason number 2, like that standoffish vibe I give off. I guess that's kind of the reasons why I give off a standoffish vibe, and I just realized that, so interesting. It's an interesting theory. Okay, so reason number 5 as to why I'm still single. The limiting dating pool. I realize that sounds kind of ridiculous considering I'm a college student and I go to a pretty large university. I think there's over 50,000 people there. So, I mean, I have a lot of options, but sometimes it feels like everybody around me is already in a relationship, or, you know, they have a significant other, or, you know, they're just dating, or they're just looking for something casual, you know. And I'm not that type of girl. I don't, you know, if you like casual relationships, you know, cool for you, but that's not who I am as a person. I think, you know, relationships are something that should be treasured and, you know, should be special, but that's just me. So yeah, I feel like I have, you know, the fish in the sea that are out there are swimming along with other fish in the sea, and I'm back here waiting for somebody to come along, but there is nobody. But yeah, the fish in the sea who do happen to be single aren't exactly, you know, my cup of tea. And if they are, I'm just too terrified to tell them how I feel. So, you know, now that I think about it, a lot of these reasons kind of build on each other and tie in together. So, that's a whole nother problem. But oh well. So, reason number 6, I just haven't met the right guy. And, you know, I think that's what everybody tells themselves when they're still single and nothing's happening. But I think at the end of the day, that's kind of my main problem. I just haven't met the right guy, and, you know, I don't think I have high standards or anything. I'm actually, you know, I'm all about inner beauty and who you are as a person. It's not really the exterior that matters. I mean, the exterior obviously matters to some degree, just because that's what people see initially. So there has to be, you know, some sort of attraction between you two. But, you know, looks fade, and at the end of the day, it's all about the personality and who you are as a person and what do you want to do with your life. That's what initially attracts me. But yeah, I don't really have high standards. I don't think I do. I mean, I have my likes and I have my dislikes, my turn-ons and my turn-offs. You know, but a lot of them are, I guess, subjective. It depends on the guy, because what works for one guy doesn't work for another guy. But, you know, that's a whole nother story, and maybe I'll make a video about that later, but we'll see. But yeah, I think I read this on Tumblr somewhere. Maybe you've met the love of your life, but you're not ready to fall in love yet. And I think that's kind of a good model to live by. Maybe I've already met the right guy, because I do have some guy friends, and I have some acquaintances and stuff like that, but I'm just not ready to fall in love. It's not my time, and I think that's okay, because I'm here to study and not necessarily find, a husband or something in the future. I know some people do come to college just with the intention of finding somebody to marry, but that's not me, so focus all my attention back on my studies, and maybe love will come later. Fingers crossed that happens. So the last reason as to why I think I'm still single, reason number 7, I find the whole idea of like dating and being in a relationship awkward. And I think the fact that I think it's kind of awkward just kind of, reflects that, I'm not in the right mindset to be looking for somebody else. I think physically, I'm like old enough. I'm 20 years old. I'm like, I guess people my age are supposed to go out there and date and do what they do, but I guess emotionally and mentally I'm not there yet. Like, I can't see myself, centering my world around somebody else and being with somebody and having somebody to worry about and love. Like, I can't see myself doing that yet. I just think I'm not ready for that, and I think that's a good sign that I shouldn't be looking for somebody else or dating and stuff like that. Well, I guess not dating, but being in a relationship. I think at the end of the day, I'm just not ready to be in a relationship and have a boyfriend and things like that. There are times where I really, really want it to happen, but then there are other times where I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need anybody. I'm a strong, independent woman. I'll be fine. I've made it this far in life without somebody, and I can make it, the next 20 without somebody. Like, there's no shame in being alone, and I think it's a good quality to have, that you can stand on your own as your own person and not always need somebody there. I mean, it's nice to have somebody there, but if you don't, you're gonna be fine regardless. My best friend from back home is quite the opposite of me. She's very dependent on guys, and she just kind of throws herself into different relationships, and it's really hard for her to be single. And she's always telling me, I need some of your independence, like transfer some of it over to me, and I'm always telling her, well, transfer some of your, what you have to me, so like we can balance each other off. But I guess it's just the way I am as a person, and it's different for everybody, and hopefully one day I'll be, when the right guy does come around, I'll be ready to, open up and share my life with them. So we'll see what happens still. 20 years old. There's still time. And if not, I'm just gonna be one of those, crazy cat ladies, which is completely fine with me because I love cats. They're really adorable, and they're lazy and moody, and it's kind of what I am sometimes. So relate to them. I'll be fine. Alrighty, well, that's all I have for you today, and I don't really know how to close off the video, but I'm just gonna say thanks for watching, and stick around for another video hopefully soon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, I guess you can give it a thumbs down, but don't rain on my parade. Keep your hate to yourself. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any comments you want to put down below. Why do you think you're still single? Or you're still single? Or I also just want to say, I see a lot of people here on YouTube who like put links to like their Twitters and Instagrams and things like that, and I do have Twitter and Instagram, so I'll put the links somewhere around here too if you want to follow me on either one of those. I'm not really much of a Twitter person though, I will say that. Every once in a while I do post something random. I'm more of a Facebook person just because there's a lot going on in my mind, and sometimes I have a lot to say and I can't condense that to 160 characters. So, but I do get on Twitter you know, I like to see what other people are up to, so it's a good chance that if you follow me on Twitter, I'll probably follow you back if I really like your page. As for Instagram, I'm not much of a selfie person, just no, but every once in a while I do like to post random weird photos, so if you're into that, you should definitely follow me on Instagram. My account name for both of those is Necon Diciembre, which I'll write somewhere down here because I don't want to spell that out for you guys. You can figure it out later. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll have another video for you guys pretty soon. So yeah, y'all have a nice day. Bye!